What's going on, guys? Mike Rama here, and welcome to the Ultimate Facebook Ads Targeting Guide. This is specifically for anyone who has an online course, or if you're a coach, if you have an e-commerce store, or really if you are just selling anything online, then you are going to get a ton of value out of this video. Now, before I jump in and go through all of the different targeting options, the order that you should be testing these out, I want to cover a few things that you need to have in place before you even start running ads. And the first thing is you need to get a Facebook pixel up on your website. If you don't have one up there right now, you need to do that as soon as possible, because the quicker you have that on your site, the quicker you can start collecting extremely valuable data that you can use to go and retarget your website visitors or people who are adding items to their cart, whatever it might be. This is an extremely important step, and you must have a pixel on your website before you start running ads. The second thing that we need to have in place before we start running ads is some type of email capture with a follow-up sequence in place. If you don't have an email capture on your website, it's almost like you're going into a fight with one arm tied behind your back. You are going to be missing out on a ton of opportunities to remarket all of your website visitors if you don't have that email capture in place. So we want to make sure that we have some type of lead magnet built out, some way to get emails of people who are visiting our website. And then we want to have a follow-up sequence of emails that go out to them over the next few days and few weeks, so we can get them back to our website, back to our products, back to our services, whatever we're selling, and we can remarket to them constantly. All right, so let's talk about the different targeting options now and where you should start out first. Once you have your pixel on your site, you have your email all set up, that's ready to go. Now let's get into the ads world. So where should you start with your targeting? And the one thing I recommend to all of my clients is to always start with retargeting. Retargeting should be the most profitable type of ad campaigns that you run. They are the lowest hanging fruits, and that's where you need to be starting, because if you can't get those campaigns profitable, there's something else wrong that we need to fix there. So before you go to cold traffic campaigns and you start spending a ton of money just seeing if your offer is converting and seeing if your ads convert, let's start with the retargeting campaigns. Let's get those profitable first. So here's how I like to set up my retargeting campaigns. You're going to need to go and make a few custom audiences first. You want to make custom audiences for anyone who's visited your website in the last 7 days, in the last 30 days, and in the last 90 days. And then you're also going to want to make a custom audience for anyone who has added a product to the cart, but then abandoned that product. And same thing, we'll do over the last 7 days, the last 30 days, and the last 90 days. Now, if you're selling a high ticket product that you're selling over the phone, so you don't have a checkout page, you're going to want to do this same exact method except for the schedule a call page. So anyone who visited that page but didn't actually book a call over the last 7, 30, and 90 days as well. And then finally, you're going to want to create custom audiences for anyone who has made a purchase in the last 7 days, the last 30 days, and the last 90 days. So let me hop on into the Facebook Business Manager and show you exactly how to create these custom audiences. All right, we're in the Business Manager right now. To get here, you want to go to your business tools and then select audiences. Then we're going to go ahead and select create audience, custom audience, and hit website. Now make sure you have your correct pixel selected. And then we're going to start off with just making our all website visitor custom audiences. So I like to make one for 7 days, one for 30, and one for 90. So I'll start with 7 days, and I will just name this website visitors 7 days. So I would go and create this. And now you're going to want to come back and do this again for 30, do this again for 90. And now we need to create custom audiences for both our checkout pages and our purchasers. Or if we are selling over the phone, then we would want to create a custom audience for anyone who has scheduled a call with us. So you go under events, and you select people who visited specific web pages. And then you're going to have to figure out what the ending of your URL is. So mine might be www.minddomain.com/schedule, right? That's the page where someone schedules a call. Or maybe yours is checkout. whatever it is right there, you are going to have to add that to this section. We'll change up our name. So this would be checkout page and 30 days. So go through, you're going to want to make all of those, and then also for purchase as well. So if you have a purchase page, or maybe it's a purchase confirmation page, you're going to want to create those as well. And I like to do this for 30, 7, and 90-day retentions. Now, once you have those custom audiences made, you're going to need to do a few different things. First, you're going to need to check how big those audiences are. If they are too small, you're not going to be able to actually go out and retarget those people. I like to start off retargeting once my audience is over 500, sometimes even 1,000 it takes to really get that audience fired up. So depending on how many sales you have or how many website visitors you have, you're not going to have as many options. For example, if you only have 20 sales in the last 7 days, you're not going to be able to use the 7-day purchase audience to retarget them. Another thing to note with the purchasers, it depends on what type of product you have. If you have a product that someone uses and then it's likely that they're going to order another one in 30 days or 90 days, then you should be retargeting those purchasers. But if you have an item that's either a course or maybe it's a coaching program that's only a one-time purchase, then you are not going to want to use the purchase audience in your retargeting campaigns. So the first custom audience that we're going to be able to retarget are going to be our 90-day website visitors. This is your first custom audience that will have 1,000 total members, right? You're going to have 1,000 website visitors before you have 1,000 purchases or 1,000 add to cart. So this is going to be the first audience that we are going to be able to retarget. Now I want to show you a quick visual on how you should be excluding the other audiences when we launch these campaigns. All right, so this large outer circle is going to represent all of the website visitors that you have in the last 90 days. And now a portion of these website visitors are actually going to add something to their cart, or they're going to visit that book a call page, that schedule page. And then a portion of those people are going to become purchasers. So when we go out and we start the retargeting, we want to keep these all separate. So what we're going to do is we're going to retarget anyone who has visited our website in the last 90 days, but then we're going to exclude this custom audience over here, anyone who's added to cart in the last 90 days. So that way we're only retargeting this segment right here and there's no overlap. And then we're going to create a new ad set and we're going to target only those people who have added to cart in the last 90 days while excluding the purchasers. And then finally, we're going to create an ad set that's only retargeting the purchasers of the last 90 days if it's applicable, right? If your product is a one-time purchase, then you're not going to want to do that at all. Now, this same strategy is going to apply once you have enough website visitors to retarget that have only been to your website in the last 7 days. So once you're getting around 1,000 visitors per week, you can create another ad set that's only targeting website visitors that have been to your site in the last 7 days. And then what you're going to want to do is exclude those 7-day website visitors from this 90-day website visitor ad set. That way we're not overlapping any of our audiences in our retargeting campaigns. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the types of creatives that we should be using in the retargeting campaigns. I'll use that in another video. I just want to focus on the actual targeting options in this video. But these retargeting campaigns are quite easy to get profitable. So you want to play around with these, tweak your creative, tweak your copy until you can get these profitable before moving on to cold traffic campaigns. So let's jump into cold traffic now. Now with cold traffic, you need to be testing a ton of different audiences to figure out which ones are resonating with your message, which ones are resonating with your products and services. So we need to be testing a ton of different audiences, but where I like to start off are always with lookalike audiences. So lookalike audiences are essentially a group of people who look similar to people who have made a purchase from your site, or they look similar to anyone who has been to your website. So we go to Facebook and we provide them with a segment of data, right? That might be anyone who has been to our website in 90 days. We provide them with this custom audience that we just built. And then we tell Facebook, hey, find me more people who look like this. Find me more people who look like the group of people who's already coming to my website. And then Facebook goes out there and they find a larger audience who looks similar to those people who have been to your website. And then we will target those people in our cold traffic campaigns. So let me show you how to make a lookalike audience right now. All right, I'm back in the Business Manager. Once again, you're going to want to go to Business Tools, Audiences, Create Audience, and then Lookalike Audience. You want to select your lookalike source and go to Other Sources, and this is where all of your custom audiences will show up. So in here, you will have your 90-day website visitors. You'll have your 7-day purchasers. So you're going to want to start with those 90-day website visitors, depending on how much traffic you're getting to your website. If you're getting 1,000 visitors per day, and if you're getting, a handful of purchasers per day, then you can probably use the purchase custom audience in this case. Now, it's highly recommended that you have at least 100 conversions before creating a lookalike audience. I'm actually not even sure if Facebook will allow you to create one that has less than 100 conversions. So once you have 100 purchasers, then you can come in here and use that as a custom audience. So I'll typically start with anyone who has visited my website in the past 90 days. So you would go in here and select that one. In this case, I'll just select anyone who visited the schedule page in 180 days. And then you can play around with the size of the audience. So the 1% is going to be the most targeted. That's often going to be the most powerful. But what you'll notice when you create that, it's also going to be the smallest audience. So if you want to scale it a little bit more, you can play around with opening these up. But I recommend starting with 1% and also starting with the lowest funnel custom audience that you can. The lower in the funnel, the more powerful it is. So if you can create a lookalike audience of your purchasers, that should be more profitable than a lookalike audience of your website visitors, right? Because when we're telling Facebook, hey, find me people who look similar to the people who purchased, versus find me people who look similar to people who have been to my website, it's pretty clear that if we find people who already look like the people who are purchasing, they're going to be more likely to purchase from us again. So you want to use the lowest level in your funnel that you can, the lowest level that has over 100 conversions. And then you hit create audience, and then you can just go through this process again and create a handful of lookalike audiences. Now you should go ahead and create a bunch of these lookalike audiences and then test them all out in different ad sets. You're going to want to separate this campaign from your retargeting campaign. Make this just a cold traffic campaign and test all these lookalike audiences in different ad sets. See which ones are working best. Often the lookalike audiences are the best place to start, the best place to find profitable targeting segments for your cold traffic campaigns. But another place we can turn to as well are interest-based targeting. Now, interest-based targeting is the most common type of targeting on Facebook. This is how 95% of advertisers will run all of their ads, just simply through interest-based targeting. Now, I want to show you a couple of things in this video. One, I want to show you some great resources to finding hidden interests that you can go ahead and target. And then two, I want to show you exactly how I like to do my interest-based targeting. So first, let me hop into this specific tool that I like to use to find hidden targeting interests. All right, so this tool is called Interest Explorer. The website is app.interestexplorer.io. I think it's a one-time purchase of $97, something along those lines. And what it allows you to do is search for any keyword, any phrase. So I'll start off with real estate investing. Let's say we're selling a real estate investing course. I'll hit that explore button and it will bring up all of Facebook's interests that it allows us to target that are related to real estate investing. And we can sort them by audience size. So there's real estate broker, there's luxury real estate investing, all these different options. And so I'll go ahead and any of these that I like, that I think are interesting, I'll just click on them, right? Real estate appraisal, rate of return, Simon Property Group, real estate investment trust, real estate entrepreneur. I like that one a lot. Real estate investments, creative real estate investing, real estate investment club. So just go ahead and click those and it'll save them all up here. And I'll just click on a bunch more. Why not? But what I really like to do with my interest targeting is I like to overlap a couple of different types. So for example, if I'm selling a real estate investing course, first I'll sit down and I will figure out who is my target client, right? Who is that perfect customer that I'm looking to target? So one, it's going to be someone who is interested in real estate investing, right? They have to have some type of interest going into it. But then what else are they like? What are the other elements of their life? Maybe I'm looking for someone who is in a high up corporate position and they want to get started in real estate investing, right? They have a lot of money. Maybe they're a doctor or a lawyer or a field like that, and they have some money, they have some savings, and now they want to start investing. So I will overlap these different interests to try to get down to that specific person that I'm looking to target. So let's say we're actually trying to do that overlap, right? Someone who's either a lawyer or a doctor, but also has an interest in real estate investing. So I'll come in here and I'll type doctor. Right? So what interest would a doctor have that we can use? All right, so there's house. That's not going to be what we're looking for. Physician, that's a pretty good one. I'll click that. Game of Thrones, that's interesting. Bones, no, a lot of these are TV series. Doctor of Medicine. Don't know what this is, but we're going to click that. All right. All right, so not as many doctor options as I would have liked in here. Let's try lawyer. Law. Okay, that's a great one. Lawyer. Easy. Justice. It's not bad. Surgeon. Okay. Interesting that didn't come up for doctor, but we'll take it. International law. Court. Judge. Criminal case. Nice. Lawsuit. Law firm. These are all good ones. Financial advisor. It's a different profession, but I like that as well. Attorney at law. So I would go ahead and I would select all of these. And then what we can do once we are happy with all of our interests, we can export them to a CSV. So I'm not going to do that now, but that's what we can do once we have all these selected. And it'll list them once again by the audience size, just so we can come back and reference these. So now when I'm creating my cold targeting campaign and I'm at the ad set level, what I would do is go ahead and I would select the appropriate age. In this case, 19 might be a little bit too young. Maybe we'll start it at 26 for a real estate investing course. And then I'll open it up to 60. And later on, we can see, which age segments are performing best. But I like to start off with that pretty open. Same thing with genders. Unless my product is specific for one gender, I'll start it with both of them and I'll let the data tell me which one is working. And then I'll go in here and let's start off with just real estate investing. So real estate investing, that's a sizable amount, 6 million. And then what we can do is, if we like, we can just run it just to this interest right here. But oftentimes what I like to do, as I was mentioning earlier, are overlap these interests. So anyone who is interested in real estate investing and anyone who has an interest in a lawyer, which probably means that they are a lawyer or they're in that field. And let's add in here doctor as well. Actually, let's do physician. Okay, cool. So we have an audience size of 4 million of people who are interested in real estate investing, and then also either lawyer or physician. So this is kind of that super targeted audience that we are looking for. So I would go ahead and I would run my ad set to this select group right here. And now I would highly recommend doing this same process, but multiple times. So you want to have a handful of these ad sets and figure out which type of audience is working for you. Now, there are also a ton of other options that Facebook allows us to target as well. So you can go to the browse button and then just click through all of these to see what else you can do in here. So some other interesting ones that I want to call out. You can target based on the household income of certain zip codes. So that's another one that's quite powerful. The education level and what type of fields they studied. So this actually could work out really well for what we're looking to do. kind of combine that real estate investing interest with someone who's in a high level corporate position. So we could target anyone who has their master's degree or a certain professional degree as well. That could be another potential targeting option that we go after. And then under interest, another thing that we can do is target people based off of the business and industries that they're interested in. So we could select banking, we could select healthcare, we could select nursing, a ton of different options in here as well. I'm not going to go through all of these, but feel free to dig around and see what makes sense for your audience that you're looking to reach. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.